Okay, welcome everyone to another Self Space evening. Cristina and I taught the class focus on the music tonight, and I'd like to ask the students what they thought about it. Like if they had to point out one or two things that this class was about, what would you say it was about? Musicality. Let's go a little deeper than that. Phrasing. Phrasing, good. Listening to your partner. Yes. Specifically, who did we try to empower? The follower. Follower, yeah. What kind of exercises did we give the follower? What's the first one? Breathing. How are we creating the breath? Big breath, deep breath. Yeah. Are we trying to backlead? Not exactly. Great answer. Not exactly. We're trying to be suggestive. Do you want to say something about that? You doing okay? Yeah. So we're trying to be suggestive without backleading. It's all about subtlety, but when you're first learning, it's okay to exaggerate.
When do we take a deep breath or a big breath, followers? Yes. When we want to influence our leader. And again, there's no wrong time or right time to do it, as long as we try to do it within the music. It could be in the beginning of the sentence, the middle of the sentence, the end of the sentence. And followers, I mentioned something about hearing the singer. Does hearing the singer sing, what does it help us do? Yes, it matches the phrase of the music, and also we can really latch on to the cadence of the voice. Yeah, even if we don't understand the words, there's a lot of emotions involved in the voice, and we can latch on to that. Yeah?
So what's the second drill we gave the followers to think about or to work on, as well as the leaders? We were both playing this game. It was called Step and Play. Yeah, step and play while you're pausing on that one leg. But one of the legs is free to play. Or you can even use both legs actually, as long as you somehow synchronize again and move on. And you can step just one step every phrase, or maybe you can step 2 steps or 3 steps. It gets kind of busy after 2 steps. So in the beginning, maybe just make 1 step and play. Rum, bum, bum. And then come in again with a step for the next phrase and try playing. You can also use breathing and see how your breathing affects the partnership. What's the third thing we did? Some other parts of the body. Yeah, some other parts of the body.
So followers, besides our legs, what other parts of our bodies can we use to influence phrasing or influence our leader? Our hands, what else? Shoulders, spine, what else? Hips. Yeah? So without really being disobedient or breaking away from the lead, we can move the other parts of our body, like micro movements, to influence our leader, or kind of just let them know, hey, this is what I'm hearing in the music. Look, I'm playing. Yeah?
So the whole idea is that the followers are 110% active in the music and the dance all the time, as much as the leader is. So at any moment, you can continue a thought that the leader has as if it's your own thought. And in fact, it is your own thought, and your own actions will actually influence your partner. You will teach your leader more about musicality than he ever learned in any class. I can guarantee you that.
So, when we started the class, what did we ask you to do for the first sentence or the first phrase of the song?
Start, embrace.
Yes. So the thing is, we didn't say this to just to really set an agenda, but in general, when we start to dance, when we ask someone to dance, we usually use the first phrase or the first 2 sentences of the music to kind of just come together into the embrace and get ready. It would be very nice, leaders, that when you actually walk, you walk at the start of the next phrase versus in the middle of the phrase. Yeah? Okay.
Note sometimes we also talk for 20 or 30 seconds when the song starts. But as Cristina said, please then come into the embrace and prepare to move not in the middle, but maybe when the next phrase starts. this will set the cadence for the rest of everything you do with that partner.
And then your follower who actually hears the music will say, hey, this guy knows the music.
And finally, this is for you leaders, ideally as being the main structure and guide and trying to navigate on sometimes crowded floors. The idea is every phrase, whether it's by your own design or what the musicians are actually structuring as a phrase, what are you doing? Every phrase, what's going on with your movement?
Different element.
A different element, okay? Now, you could string two together if the phrases are like a run-on sentence, but oftentimes leaders can take an opportunity to change your element every phrase, okay? And if you've just turned to the left, maybe you can turn to the right. If you've just walked, maybe you can pause. There are many very simple ideas to start with, but this will really help define your musicality. Okay? And it's not going to be boring if you don't do 30 million random things in one song. If you're more structured, it will provide an anchor, and then you can do slight variations from there. This is how musicality develops.
Sometimes exercising a little bit of restraint is much better than just randomly moving. Sometimes less is more.
So we're going to do a demo to Bo Emma, if you don't mind. And this is a shout out to Asheville, North Carolina. We look forward to seeing you.
See you next week.
Embriagado